Hello, and welcome to the PhoneArena.com video review of the LX570, also known as the Muziq by LG. The Muziq is LG's latest entry into the Sprint PowerVision lineup and replaces the aging Fuziq. While some design elements, such as the 1.3 megapixel camera, boxy design, and exterior MP3 controls, carry over, there are many noticeable design changes, such as an internal antenna, 5 millimeters of depth shaved off, and the glossy black finish as opposed to the white of the Fuziq. We feel that the black finish will appeal to many more users than the white did. On the front of the phone, you'll find a 1.3 megapixel camera up top, which is flanked by status LEDs and flash LED on the right and left side. Below that is the external display, which shows basic information such as signal strength, time and date, and battery strength. Below that you'll find the MP3 controls, and here you'll see that the Fuziq's mechanical buttons have been replaced by the Muziq's touch-sensitive buttons. The touch-sensitive buttons are very similar to that found on the LG 8600, although these have haptic feedback, which means that they will vibrate when touched. Next to the controls you'll see a small external speaker for music and video playback. On the left side of the phone, you'll find the volume up and down rocker and the charging port. This charging port is the proprietary LG port found on many of their newer phones, such as the LX150 and 160, and was the same one found on the chocolate VX8600 and 8700. On the right side, you'll find a camera and music button, a micro SD slot, and a 2.5mm headphone jack. Given that this is a Muziq phone, we would have preferred to see a 3.5mm jack. However, it is much better than the proprietary jacks found on other LG phones. The back of the phone has a battery cover, which houses an 800 milliamp battery. This battery is rated at 4 hours of talk time, but in our testing we were able to only achieve 3 hours and 40 minutes of continuous talk time. When you flip the phone open, you will find a generous 2.25-inch LCD display. Despite the large size of the display, it is only 176 by 220 pixel and not a larger, higher resolution QVGA display. Despite that, it is still a 262,000 color display, which means it's bright and crisp and it's easy to read even in direct sunlight. Below the display you'll find the keypad, which is a fairly standard layout. You have your right and left soft keys, a directional pad, a dedicated key for speakerphone and camera, talk and back buttons, and your standard 12-key dial pad. The keys on the pad are semi-slippery, but they still feel pretty good to the feel, and there's a solid click once you hit the buttons. As you can see, there are both raised portions and depressed portions in between all the keys, so it is fairly easy to navigate around. There are several menu options on the LG Muziq. The standard LG interface has either a list view, with each item appearing all on the same screen and having a corresponding keypad shortcut, or the grid view, with a 3x4 layout, and again, the items corresponding to the keys down on the keypad. Sprint phones have themes, which are basically different skins, and the phone comes preloaded with the Muziq theme. These themes allow different things to be placed on the front. In this case, the main menu, Sprint's on-demand service, the music player, and send a text message can all be accessed from the main display screen. Going into the main menu, you can see it looks different, but all the items are still there. You can download different themes. Some of them, such as the new Sprint Ahead theme, are free, while others come at a cost. We like this option because it allows users to customize how their home display looks, and more customization is always better. There are two ways to launch the camera on the LG Muziq. The first is from the camera button on the outside, which takes you straight to the viewfinder, and the other option is to launch it from the camera key next to the directional pad on the inside, which will take you to the picture menu. From the picture menu, you can launch the camera or the camcorder, as well as perform other picture-related tasks, such as check your picture mail, review your albums, and wirelessly print your pictures via Bluetooth. Once we launch the camera, we're going to see that the viewfinder immediately turns very dark and yellowish, despite the fact that we are working with a very white background. We can choose different options to make this better, but in the end we found that the camera on the LG Muziq was fairly subpar and color representation was poor. Also in the options menu are various options such as flash, self-timer, color tone, and different settings, as well as the view mode. The view mode allows the user to view in full screen, normal, or widescreen mode. Widescreen mode is the only mode that actually shows the user the entire picture they're taking, so we recommend that you always shoot in that mode. If we go to the camcorder, we can see that the phone prompts you to shoot with video mail or long mail videos. Video mails are 30 seconds long and can be sent via the Sprint picture mail and video mail service. Long videos are limited only to the space on the memory card, and with the Muziq having a 4 gig maximum, users can shoot very long videos. Unfortunately, the videos are not very high quality, so the users aren't going to be able to do much more than share with some friends and post to YouTube. As you'd expect from the phone called the Muziq, the LG LX570 is fairly music oriented. The touch-sensitive controls on the outside allow the user to launch the Sprint Muziq Store directly from the outside, but the keypad must be first unlocked by holding down the camera key on the side. Once unlocked, you simply press the outside play-pause button, and the player is launched and the first song in your list starts playing. You can scroll through the different songs using the up and down feature, or you can simply use the track forward, back to play different songs. The side keys will raise and lower the volume, and our only complaint with the outside is that the album art is not displayed. Once you flip the phone, you'll find that the album art is displayed on the inside, and you still have all the features and controls. You can set the songs to shuffle or repeat, and once you go back to the main store view and player view, you'll find that the songs are sorted by songs, artists, and genres. If we go to the store, you can see that there are many different songs available to be downloaded directly from Sprint at only 99 cents per track. Compared to other competitors, the 99-cent wireless downloads are a bargain. Despite the obvious music focus of the phone, as a PowerVision phone, the LG Muziq is capable of the full Sprint PowerVision suite of services, which includes Sprint TV and Sprint Radio. The Sprint TV service replaces the LG Media Player, which in the past also gave you access to the TV service. The new skin is much more user-friendly and looks like your cable or satellite guide. Here, users can select the channel that they want. Some of them are live, whereas others are clip-generated. Unfortunately, the outside display does not show the content when the flip is closed.
Here's your national forecast for Tuesday. Looking pretty wet here from Texas up towards
As you can see, the videos are fairly smooth and of good quality. They're not as good as the Verizon Vcast TV service, and unfortunately you cannot view them in widescreen mode, but on the whole, the player is very good. However, we still would have preferred to see the native LG Muziq player, because that means we could play the music in there instead of the Muziq Store if we so desired. Overall, we were fairly impressed with the LX570, the Muziq by LG. The phone has a nice new finish, and the touch-sensitive haptic feedback controls are a very good addition. The display is large, bright, and crisp, even if it's not a high resolution like we'd like to see, and the keypad is easy to navigate. The camera is somewhat lacking, but overall, the phone is a solid multimedia phone with access to both Sprint TV and the Sprint Muziq Store.